Death Sentence is a 2007 film from director James Wan. It follows this character played by Kevin Bacon, whose family is attacked when some thugs break into his house. And they're killed or hurt in various ways, and it sends him off the deep end. He goes after them. He gets into some serious trouble in bumping them off. It's basically a revenge movie. I saw this originally when it came out at the cinema, and I didn't like it all that much, to be honest. But recently, fairly recently, I can't remember exactly when, but I got into a bit of a discussion about it with Cody Leach, who was insistent that it was much better than I was giving it credit for. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it another go. And recently I did. I gave it another watch. And actually, this is one occasion where, I think he's probably right. He's changed my mind on it. I still don't think it's right up there. I don't think it's a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but it's certainly a solidly made thriller. And there's some excellent bits of direction in it, it must be said. One notable point being this kind of foot chase sequence in a parking lot where, cars are falling off. Off the roof and stuff, but it's all done like one shot, and the camera's zipping around all over the place, going through the parking lot, over floors and whatnot, and it's very visually inventive. Doing all that stuff in like one shot and zipping in and out, it adds to the tension because you feel like you're in that moment and you're never let out of that moment via cutting and different takes and things like that. I like the ending of the film with these two main characters, and just how they've kind of gone through hell really to get at each other, and it doesn't really achieve much, particularly for one of them. It has this kind of violence begets violence message about it, which is kind of the overall theme of the film. You know, if you're going to step into that world, even if it's to mete out what you consider to be justice, it's going to come back to haunt you. It's going to come back to bite you. They're just sat there on the couch, both kind of really done in after everything they've been through. And Bacon just pulls up that gun, and it's just like, what was it all for? You know, all the gang mentality, where did it get you? And that's kind of what that moment says. I do still think that the script could have used a bit more work. There are some elements in it that kind of do my head in a little bit, not least of which is the fact that at one point we see Kevin Bacon's character when he buys these guns, and he's clearly never shot a gun in his life before. We see him trying to load it, and he's dropping the bullets. He doesn't know what he's doing, and yet literally like a couple of scenes after, when he goes out for his first kind of foray into shooting these guys down, he's suddenly an expert with a gun, and he seems to be, seems to know how to hit. He seems to be able to cock it like he's been doing it for years, and you're just like, really? This isn't the guy you showed us a few minutes ago. That's some quick learning there. There's a whole bit towards the end with John Goodman's character, who, I think, from what I could gather, he was the father of the Garrett Hedlund character. Garrett Hedlund is the main villain of the piece. It was a little bit confusing. I couldn't tell whether it was his real dad, whether he's an adoptive dad or whatever, but the relationship between them is obviously very strained. The dad is a bully, he's abusive. I guess it's there to show that actually this, again, violence begets violence. This guy, he is the way he is because of the dad that he's had. There's a bit where Goodman's character lets Bacon's character go after he's bought some guns from him, and you're just like, I get that this guy doesn't like his son all that much and treats him like crap, but even in this instance, I'm not buying that he's just letting him walk out of the place. Other than that, I think Bacon is really great in the role. I think Garrett Hedlund does a really good job of being a real scuzzy, sleazy, dirty kind of character who you want to see get his comeuppance. And I like some of the family stuff at the beginning with Bacon and his wife and his kids, and it makes you warm to them. It makes you care for them when stuff happens, and it's quite shocking actually when it does. I had forgotten just how far it goes, to be honest. When I was watching it on the second watch, I couldn't remember if his family just got hospitalised or whether they died or what. But yeah, it is quite shocking when you see it. But yeah, it's a good film. It's a lot better than I gave it credit for originally. I would recommend checking it out, if for no other reason than those kind of nice action sequences that Wan handles so well. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. But what about you? Have you indeed seen it already? If so, what did you think about it? Leave your comments below, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, cracking.